I mean, it's just like skating with your boys, you know, like you just got to, you know, around that time, I just started skating with Dave a lot more. I met him a couple times, like through friends. I didn't live with him during that filming. That was still
Right.
young. I didn't have my license yet. And that's part of the section, you know.
Yeah, you were driving around.
Well, I didn't have my license yet. Yeah, so I was like super young. So it was actually kind of tough to get actual like sessions in sometimes with him, because he'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna come pick you up," and then like shit would happen. He's like, and I'd be sitting there like, "Hey, where are you, dude? Like, I'm gonna go skate." Like, I'm all waiting, you know, like, "Come pick me up. Let's go rollerblading." But you know, it's just fun. You don't know what you're doing at that time. You didn't know like what mark that section was gonna make, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was just all fun and games. It was just all happy-go-lucky little kids skating with his friends, you know.
Did you know that you were filming a section when you were filming it, or it was just like a compilation of stuff that you put together afterwards?
No, I believe so. Yeah, because we had to go and film the interview. Yeah, he told me he wanted to do a profile and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I remember. And he came up with the idea of, let's go into Baskin Robbins. I'm like, all right. And because their studio was, they had like a little place over in Huntington. So there's like that area, which is like all built up now. It's like crazy over there. And so it was like walkable into like a little town and stuff. So we just like walked into this Baskin Robbins, started filming, being idiots.
Yeah, that's crazy that you didn't know the mark that section would make. And I never even realized that was the first skating profile ever. And one of my favorite clips in skating ever is the shot of you. It's not necessarily the trick, but you could just tell the vibe. It's when you sold at King Trail at night, and then John like pops his head in, whatever, because like you, Dave, and John just like skating together, filming. That just like always brings a smile to my face watching that part of the section, because it's just like so awesome to see you guys so young and like before you guys blew up to the way you guys were.
Yeah, and that kind of like brings me to like skating right now, and because I've been, you know, last couple of weeks, I kind of like been skating way more than I have probably in the last like 5 years, you know, and it brought back that kind of same joy, you know. And John's my neighbor. He lives literally, I can throw a tennis ball at his house from here. Tennis ball so I don't break his window, you know. I don't know why.
Yeah. Throw a ping pong ball.
Yeah, okay, ping pong ball. As long as the wind's not blowing too hard.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's kind of just brought that passion back, you know, that joy that it's kind of fun. And it's like, that's what made me skate so much when I was younger. And it's kind of been there again, like that candle is lit again a little bit. It's exciting too. And I'm like stoked that I actually get to do it with John, you know, cause like I want to tour with this guy so much, you know, skated, like the first time I went to Camp Woodward for like a couple of weeks with John, and like, yeah. And he was on Rosie's when I was, on Rosie's. So we like traveled everywhere together, you know, and it's just been fun to like, just, you know, I don't know. Like, I think there was a point in time, like in my skating, where I felt like I had to prove something. Like I got to like when I was like not practicing enough and I wasn't skating enough. I also found out why I stopped. Like I fell out of love with rollerblading. I realized that I kind of got out of shape because I wasn't skating enough. So skating was actually kind of hard. Like it's really hard physically, you know, like
definitely
it's not easy to jump on a handrail. And then once you jump on a handrail, you have to balance, right? And that takes strength. And then after you're done balancing, you have to land, which takes more strength, right?
Yeah.
And if you're doing something fucking like some kind of gap or whatever, like it's even harder, you know what I mean? And about 7 or 8 years ago, I got into working out, you know, and I got like, once I got really fit, I put my skates on. I was like, dude, rollerblading's fucking so fun again. And it's just because like, you're not physically fit. And I try to tell people, I try to tell John every time I talk about, dude, you got to get in shape. Like if you get in shape, you'll skate way longer, way better. Like you're just going to, you know? And when you work out, you do these other movements that rollerblading doesn't really, you know, ask of you. You strengthen all these other muscles that keep the muscles you use for rollerblading like stable. So I feel like you can still get hurt. So like I have this bandage on my wrist, like jack my wrist. You can still, I just put some tape on it, like everything's fixed, right? So like you can like do these things a lot longer. People are always like, oh, how do you have all this energy? I'm like, well, you go to the gym. Like you go to the gym and you actually push yourself. Rollerblading is easy. I'm not saying it's easy. Physical like skating is easy. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's like, the endurance aspect of it, and like the
Right. Like I seriously could skate for like 4 hours, 5 hours, like probably no problem right now. You know, like at a skate park. I mean, a little easier than probably street because street hurts a little more, but you know.
No, but it's like a lot of cardio at skate parks too, though.
Right. And just from being in shape, you know, like I play table tennis, I go and I'll play for 4 hours straight. People are like, oh, that's not really a workout. But if you see the way people play like in a club versus like, you know, your garage player that's just doing this with their arm, you know, like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what the, I'm gonna use it as fast as I possibly can, you know, like,
Yeah.
hopping around, and like, you look at these dudes like that play a lot, and they have fucking thighs like this, dude, and calves like this. And you're just
Damn,
like,
I never thought about that.
yeah. It's like pretty, like, so your leg stability is there, you know? It's like,
They got like boxing shoes on.
right.
Yeah.
It's like,
It kind of looks like it. They use like volleyball looking shoes.
yeah, I can see that. That looks them. That makes sense.
It just, I don't know. I just like to move, you know? And I think it's from skating. Like I learned that at a young age, you just like use your body and put it in different places and just as fast as you possibly can or whatever, you know? Like,
So what made you get out there on this like weekly thing with John? Just like
it's like this, dude, you know, like I'm sure you've had periods where you haven't skated for a few months, right? And you're like, when you're cruising, you're driving down the street, and this hasn't changed. Like this since forever. Like I would look out, oh, that fucking rut. Oh, my, that ledge. Like every day, you know, you're always like, and it's like, it doesn't matter. Your brain is trained that way. It's stuck.
Yeah.
And so you think about skating, you're always like, oh, I got to skate. Oh, I want to go skate. I need to skate, you know? And I've always like had this idea. I'm like, oh, I want to make a section before I turn 40. And I'm like, fuck, now I'm 40. Like, I'm like, what just happened? Like,
yeah,
where did that time go? You know, I had this idea in my head. I'm like, I'm gonna make a section and on my 40th birthday, I'm gonna like drop it. Oh, that'd be cool. And then like, that was already 4 months ago, like whatever, I turned 40, you know? And I'm like, yeah, where did it go? So, I started like during the COVID stuff, I started, walking to the post office because I work from home now. And there's a ledge there. So I started taking my skates to skate to the post office, to skate the ledge on the way. And every once in a while I do like a trick, you know, and just kind of post on Instagram. And I'm like, man, skating's like, it's so fun. I got to do it. But then, you know, a couple months went by. And then this COVID thing, like me being at home, I'm like, well, like I don't have to be at my computer till 9 a.m., you know, and I wake up at like 6:30 these days, and which is so weird because normally I'd rather sleep until like 11, but I think that just happens when you get older. I don't
No, same. Exactly. Yeah.
So weird. And so John's like, oh yeah, I skate in the morning. And I was like, oh shit, I can go. And it's not that like, it's just making the time to go was the problem the whole time. I've been wanting to go. I've been wanting to skate, you know? And I always look forward to Blading Cup. I mean, it's around the corner from my house. So I have to go there and skate, you know? And it's the time of year and it's not happening, you know? So I was like, well, let's go skate some more. And then so John's like, well, I'm down to go every Tuesday. And I'm like, all right, let's go. And we started going every Tuesday for the last 5 weeks now, I think so.
Are you making a section or what?
Yeah, I'm trying to get sponsored. I'm hoping that.
Yeah, I saw the sponsor me tape captions.
I'm hoping someone will recognize me. You know, I'm gonna put a sponsor me tape together. But my problem is I gotta be a little more diverse. I'm only skating skate parks right now, and I don't want to be known as like a park rat. You know, so I gotta step up my game. Maybe do some handrails. Real ones. Soon. So
yeah,
we're talking about venturing out and going to some different skate parks at least. So sooner than later.
Well, there's a lot of street spots in Santa Ana too.
There actually is a handful of things to do. So
yeah.
Maybe. We'll see.
You still have time though. I was talking with Jimmy Shooter the other day, and he wanted to put out a 40 section also because he turned 40 this year too. And I was talking the other day. I'm like, so what are you doing this or what? And he's like, I'm 40 until April, as long as it's done before April. So you still got time, man. You still got time.
It's true. Yeah, I just think it should be just called 40 plus. So if you're over 40.
Yeah.
Because I want John to be involved. He's way old. He's like 43.
He's way old.